I wanted to comment on this because when I first heard it on the radio, I thought, yeah, here we go. Here's another iconic 60s song, which is sampled in 2023 and absolutely obliterated and ruined. It's Mania. Let's press play. We know this. We know this as Walk On By. But kids today don't know this as Walk On By. Kids today know this as Doja Cat. Paint the Town Red.
Bitch, I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead.
So you're watching this in my introduction thinking, here I am about to have a whinge about it. But I could do that. I could. And that would be pretentious and that would be elitist. It was my first reaction, I guess, in the car when I heard this on the radio to going, oh, here we go again. But I had to remind myself of something. We're dealing with artists here and we're dealing with artistic qualities. So let's talk about this as objectively as I possibly can. There is not much to this, if anything. Oh, there's a little bit melodically on Doja Cat's part, who's rapping throughout this sampled and Walk On By with Dionne Warwick's voice over and over again. It doesn't stop for 4.5 minutes with no other aspect of this piece of music which is being sampled, which is fine because that's how sampling works, right? So I actually had to listen to this song from start to finish to really try and get an understanding of why has this artist Doja Cat chosen and the lyrics Walk On By over and over and over and over and over again. I kind of felt like rap has moved in a really interesting way in the 21st, well, the later part of, I'm not going to say later part of the 21st century because we're not there, but let's say in the last decade. But there hasn't really been a very big female-dominated rap industry until now. Dare I say, female rappers are doing better than male rappers. And I had to have a think about this. I mean, we know WAP came out a few years ago, and what the hell was that? We know what that was. You know what? I'm pro it, and I'll tell you why. For a very long time, we had male rappers banging on about their thing that they're doing. Money. Women. Cars. I feel like there's not much of that anymore from a male rapper's perspective because that was so 20 years ago. So let's listen to some of these lyrics.
Said what I said, I'd rather be famous instead. I let all that get to my head. I don't care, I paint the town red. She the devil,
there's the only... So there's the whole melody of this. This is the extent of Doja Cat's melody, which is fine. I'm not criticizing that because rap is rap, right? But I feel like this wave of female rappers are rightfully taking back what they've been kind of dished out at 20 years ago, where there was no platform. And they're pushing these boundaries lyrically against society, essentially, and how they view them. I think that's a good thing. It made me think, why has she chosen, and this is all mine, I haven't actually researched it, why has she chosen Walk On By?
If you see me walking down the street and I start to cry each time we meet, walk on by.
After looking at the lyrics and after listening to these both, to me it became blatantly obvious. There's not much to Doja Cat's song. Let's put it out there. Musically, there's the sample, and the sample, of course, was taken from this song here by Dionne Warwick. One of the only melodic factors of this piece of music. There's rap. Yeah, there's rhythmic complexity, but it's not actually about the music. It's about the meaning, lyrically. Because if we were to break down these two songs, And we are to discuss the use of harmony and discuss the use of melody and discuss the use of instrumentation. Walk On By Dionne Warwick will blitz, absolutely, blitz Doja Cat any day. But both of them, in my opinion, well, I guess not both of them. I feel like the 60s version, Dionne Warwick, is a product of society on how women are forced to being viewed and how they hold their emotions, versus Doja Cat as a way of claiming back the, you know what, I don't care. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to say what I want. And that's your problem if you don't agree with me. So if we take a look at Dionne Warwick, we see a woman who has been hurt by a man and who is hung up on that, who is crying about it. And this song is written to him to tell him, if you see me, just keep walking. Don't involve yourself with me, because I am putting control of my emotions on you. That's what I'm getting from this. Let's listen.
You don't see the tears, just let me grieve in private, 'cause each time I see you, I break down and cry. Walk on by.
She's putting her emotional control in his hands. Oh, we have that cool, like, I think that should have been in the original, in the new one as well. So let's talk about incorporating that into. That would be great. Whereas it comes down to going, wait, so why has she chosen to use this walk on by? Because the meaning behind walk on by is, please go away. I have my emotions, and if I see you, then I will lose control of my emotions. Putting that control into the man that essentially broke her heart. Whereas how Doja Cat uses walk on by completely flips it. Let's take a listen at some of these lyrics.
My happiness is all of your misery. I put good dick all in my kidneys. This smart gel don't come with no jealousy. My illness don't come with no remedy. I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead. I let all that get to my head. I don't care, I paint the town red.
Yes, there's a massive amount of vulgarity in that. Like, I mean, obviously that's not the type of stuff you would be going, let's let kids listen to. It's not the type of stuff that I'll be listening to, but let's put that aside. Because in my opinion, the use of that vulgarity is more necessary than the use of that kind of vulgarity in men rapping about stuff like that 20 years ago. Because what this is doing is this is challenging the way women are meant to be viewed in society. And we see that over the last few years, this huge push, the view of women as this person who can't, or is not allowed to swear, that use of that's not very ladylike. Whereas for Dionne Warwick's time, being ladylike would be not having control of emotions, being able to be maternal, being able to use language properly. This is challenging all that. So what does walk on by mean here? Walk on by doesn't mean keep walking because I can't control my emotions around you. Walk on by means keep walking if you don't like what I have to say. There's a flip of the use of where the emotional power lies here. And that's why I think it's fascinating using that sample throughout the whole song in Paint the Town Red. So I wanted to go into this as a critique of this musically, but I haven't. I've gone into the meaning, because music nowadays, whilst there has always been meaning, has shifted so far and become more minimalistic in favor of lyrical content and meaning. That doesn't mean to say that wasn't, in the 90s, 80s, 70s, 60s, that there wasn't any meaning. Of course there was. But the meaning here is so much deeper that using more aspects of pitch, timbre, texture will detract from that meaning. That's not to say that other songs nowadays don't use that, but I think something like this needs, as it has, a sample going throughout, Walk On By, which has flipped the meaning from its original. But this cool, like, I think they should have gone one step further and stolen that part, because there isn't much compositional genius behind it. So let's see where we can incorporate this.
I don't care, I paint the town
I feel like in this part, it is a little bit harmonically different. So let's see if we can do this. So there's this melody.
Paint the town red. She the devil, she a bad little bitch, she a rebel, she bring the food to the pedal. It'll take a whole lot for me to settle. She the devil, she a bad little bitch, she a rebel, she bring the food to the pedal. It'll take a whole lot for me to settle. Yeah, said pop make money now, you try bitch, you could use.
Let me know your thoughts. I don't even know if that worked. I'm going to listen to it back. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.
It's Patriarchy.